All right, everyone, get on your tuxes and pearls. It's time for the next state of play.
And each one is a beast, apparently 1 hour, so people are speculating what game is gonna, take 20 minutes to showcase all of these.
Oh man, I can't
What's
wait
that,
till
Insomniac? You want to
they
give
show
us 30
off
minutes of
Sonic and the
Wolverine?
Secret Rings remastered.
Concord 2? I don't believe it.
Sorry, Dwibs, the High Guard's already heading out.
This is
Oh.
Keener. Yes.
Whoa, really?
I wanted a sequel to that, so we're actually making
Oh,
one.
snap.
It's been a long time.
This one definitely looks updated, too. Like, it's got a similar enough art style, but, you definitely got people looking a bit more sculpted and realistic, whereas the original, I think, looked more cartoonish.
Again, I'm glad that they're
still looks
following
cute.
directly to how the first game ended, because as I said during the commentary, there was a lot of potential to do something about it, so, cool.
Oh yeah, Kina seems to have basically the most simple concept. Girl goes to one area, helps the spirits, moves on to the next one.
Puzzles and hijinks ensue.
I am surprised it took them this long to think of making a sequel, or maybe
I
one was in the works.
When we did the commentary, Joe, I remember, apparently the studio seemed to want to make a different game as their next project. Maybe they reworked that along the ride. Oh,
I wonder, is it a case... I wonder if it's a case maybe where, they wanted to, but maybe the big bosses said, okay, make us the sequel, then you can make
it's
what else you want to.
It's worth noting that this is, despite being in close relationship with PlayStation, this is not a Sony IP. This is still an indie game that possibly receives some financial support from Sony for its development.
It's made by the guys who did that Majora's Mask trip.
Yeah, basically.
Speaking of Zelda, let's see, riding a steed through giant sweeping plains with a green energy gimmick. I won't say that I should pull out the Tears of the Kingdom checklist, but
to be fair, you could do that shit since Ocarina of Time. I replayed recently the first Darksiders, and it's almost a dead ringer on that front.
Boy, how ironic would it be if she ends up getting killed by all her adventures eventually and becomes one of the spirits she has to tame?
It does kind of feel like a climax of a third game to cap off her, her story, but I don't think it's gonna happen here.
Well, there was a bit where she nearly drowned, so...
Scars of Cosmora, or Cosmora. For PS5 and PC. Cool.
And it's coming out this year. Nice.
My brother Mike.
Hello.
Wow.
I hope you enjoyed that first look at our next game.
The Greer brothers.
When we're the Amber Labbers.
The Cannon Bridge of Spirits in 2021. The team was excited to take on the challenge of creating something even bigger and better this time around. Our partnership with PlayStation
Wait,
Studios
I thought we
has
said we
empowered us
wanted to
expand
do
our
something
scope.
different. No, that's not what the teleprompter says.
Since
We were always excited from the get-go to make this sequel.
More experienced spirit guide.
I mean, I think at the end of the day, what matters is the result, so I'm not gonna care much about the...
Like, as long as it turns out... I'd say as long as it turns out good, and as long as they didn't make the sequel under duress, I'm fine with it. Like, the first game was good, the second game looks like it's gonna continue that good.
Deeper, more dynamic content.
Yeah, no, this is a good start to a state of play, honestly.
As we mentioned, Sony is pocketing a bit for this development as well, so... Is that
let me guess,
again,
probably
good relationship, and that's also why Kina appears as a bot, special bot in Astrobot. So
let me guess, it'll come first to Sony consoles, but then eventually we'll probably go. Oh wait, no, PC.
Again, remember, this is still an indie game at the end of the day. The absolute state of play. February.
Why did you say the time that it starts? We're already watching it.
Just in case you forgot what time it started.
Oh, Sucker Punch, so is it goes to the DLC?
Oh god, sorry, when you said Sucker Punch, I was thinking of the Zack Sucker movie for a second, I'm sorry.
Sucker Punch the video game.
Funny you mention that, because these visuals do remind me of the anime sequence in that.
Oh, is it
so the Demon Spider, the Oni...
Is it a multiplayer mode? Because it reminds me of the one from Tsushima. Basically, in Tsushima, you control archetypes, yeah, there you go, that you explore, you basically explore deep yokai-infested villages and you have to clear them up. And compared to the base game, it offers a more mystical kind of experience, the one that is more to my liking. A bit similar to Onimusha. The multiplayer of Tsushima was actually particularly fun, so I am pretty much confident that it's gonna be the same here.
So it looks like an online co-op venture where you have to team up against the demonic Yotei 6.
Same as it was for Tsushima, just in a different kind of setting. Funny enough, for the English dub of Tsushima, they got Greg Baldwin to be the narrator.
So apparently, even when you die, you don't die.
Mm-hmm. Because you're the ghost at the end.
Who do you think
Oh, that's trending too.
Sam? You?
Me. Can't wait to find out.
Yeah, PC4 for Death Stranding 2, people thought that this was going to arrive at sooner or later.
From Nixies.
I guess
PS5 lost the game.
I guess kudos to Sony for being good enough sports to literally announce a PC port at a State of Play. But yeah, this pretty much just seems to be a update on
ultra widescreen support. Wait, ultra widescreen? Does that mean the TV has to be as big as my room?
At least elongated limbs, yes. Apparently that's one of the new, pads. The idea that the TV has to be particularly stretched out.
Well, I remember that was basically the thing when HD TVs became the norm that you needed for a current gen console.
Leave it to Kojima to actually bad robot games. Oh, these are the people who announced that new game for Sony at the Game Awards. It's another shooter, but I forgot the specific detail that he had. But leave it to Kojima to actually create one of my favorite antagonists in a game done in recent times.
Oh, Sony, by all means, tell me you had the confidence to give Marathon a showcase today, especially in the wake of what's going on with
Marathon, Jova. What about Fair Games?
Wait, what game is this being shown off?
The one that was announced at the Game Awards.
God, I completely forgot about.
There's so many games. So I was like, this isn't High Guard.
No.
But yeah, no, you have a good point. I forgot about Fair Games. Whatever happened with that one?
I think I got. Oh, sorry. I was thinking of Hyenas, the Sega one that got canceled. Sorry.
How could you confuse the two together, Dad? Remember, Hyenas had Sonic Man.
And a lot of strange creatures and mysterious things.
They look very how do you do, fellow kids, both games.
That just seems to be the hero shooter genre in general these days.
I like the ideas of the sci-fi turn for this kind of shooter mechanic, but the colors seem a bit too much desaturated. I wonder if they wanted to recapture the PS3 era vibe, or when things were not, even with colors, they were still a bit dreary, but I don't know.
I will say this is the first gameplay segment of the State of Play that kind of is just there for me. Everything else has been pretty good. This is not even bad, it's kind of just eh.
I mean, I can tell that it's more interesting than what they show so far on Marathon for me. So.
That is true. That is true.
Evolve your loadout and choose rewards from an increasing array of powerful gear and upgrades. Each act of the probability map culminates in one of multiple boss battles. This is the Scanner Boss, a huge geologic surveyor that scans for flux deposits to harvest. Its scan fields are very lethal, creating a dynamic obstacle course of lasers to avoid while attempting to destroy the boss itself. Because the scanner's body rotates like a 3D puzzle, you want to
attack the Allspark?
Well, more like the Rubik's Cube.
Slow-moving, lethal laser grids.
So attack the Bayformer's Allspark?
Sure.
It kind of was a giant Rubik's Cube when you think about it.
Yelling and laughing and saying, "I can't believe that just happened." We're currently in pre-beta.
So what you're saying, Jover, is that if the bad guy gets the cube, it's just going to kill him anyway.
No. To be fair, Megatron only got cube because Sam pressed it into his chest core compartment and whatnot. Like, that was even foreshadowed and whatnot.
go and fail to save the world. That's great encouragement there. Thank you.
For Loop.
Yeah, I'll pass. I don't think it's the worst thing ever, but I'll pass. Alright, here's Pragmata.
What's this?
That's the Earth.
This, Maria, is the world.
Capcom wants this game to succeed so bad.
To be fair, Dad, this has been their first major new IP in a long time and was in development for a very long time, so...
So, does that mean that after it, they'll pretty much put it in the broom closet because it's not Street Fighter or Resident Evil or Monster Hunter?
We're not doing this today.
I don't even know if they actually want to franchise this shit, or even want to just, you know, leave it as its own entry.
Hey, Hugh. What were you like as a kid?
I was just gonna say Capcom have been saying a lot of things, but what were you saying about them franchising this potentially?
I don't know, the vibes of the trailers do not give me the idea of a first entry in an epic saga that will span across multiple titles, you know?
Someone looking out for me.
Yeah, that is a good point. I feel like when Capcom usually do an IP, they usually set out with the idea of making it a franchise, but this seems like it could potentially be a one-and-done story.
But Pragmata, no, that's not how it works.
Is the plot twist going to be at the very end? We see the Umbrella Corporation logo, and it turns out this is Resident Evil 10 the whole time.
God, it might not necessarily that, but it wouldn't be surprised if an Easter egg gets mistaken for saying, "Oh, it's in the same universe."
I mean, Capcom, from what I understand, okay. If Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3 is anything to go by, Capcom did imply that all their IPs apparently take place in the same universe.
No, I for one reject that. Again, it's one thing. What is this?
Raccoon City.
Oh, 6 Raccoon City. So you
speaking of Resident Evil,
Requiem. Yes.
Game comes out this month.
No, again, it's one thing to have a character like I forgot his name.
Chris?
No. Just let me say. I forgot its name. Basically, one of the characters that were DLC for Street Fighter V, which confirms it to be the progenitor of the Strider clan. You know?
Oh, Neko.
What does Victor want with you?
Neko? Or Neku?
No, that's...
He grabbed you for a reason.
Whatever. The point is that Street Fighter V had a character that basically confirmed to have the continuity of Strider to be attached to it without having to be just an Easter egg, but at the same time it had stuff like Juri Han having a Lilith costume, you know, at the same time. There are different ways, you know, things happen in the title crossover in which is official and which is not.
Zeku, that's his name, Zeku, sorry.
Zeku, thank you.
I confused the N with a Z. My bad.
Former T-virus researcher.
Ooh, a former T-virus researcher. So of course it comes back to the flipping T-virus.
Hello, child.
Oh, so apparently she might have been... Wait a minute. She might have been a secret T-virus project, just like Alice from the movies.
Okay, I will have to question that if that's the case, because like it took its damn time to potentially incubate for being effective. Because like what, 20 years have passed or something?
No. Don't you see? She was one of Spencer's very secret projects that he had stowed away.
Oh.
Also,
Cunningham, I think that was the visual control.
Yeah.
Or is that
Rebecca? Thought maybe.
Yeah, I was wondering.
The Bobcat seemed to imply that.
Again, Capcom, make up your mind. Did they nuke Raccoon City or was it just missile strikes? Because the city looks way too intact.
Again, Jova, taking inspiration from the final chapter. Not sure why you would do that, but you know.
Not only that,
I mean, you can take something. You can make something good out of something bad.
Well, I mean, to be fair, they did have the Red Queen in the game, so she was needing that, and we had the lasers. Those kind of worked in the games, but okay. Here's the problem. Here's the problem.
Again, they already had the first couple of games having the remaster side, so instead now they're having the others getting.
Are these games good?
I'd say so. Yeah, the first one.
They are.
Blood Omen, the first one, I argue did age a bit, you know, in terms of the zombie theme, because it takes a couple of stuff from Vampire Folklore, but it's a bit geeky. But as a story that spans over the course of, you know, several centuries and involves, you know, characters like Raziel, which is particularly cool, you know, I'd say it's worth giving a try at the very least.
They're products of their time, but I'd say they're classic enough that, you know, you can have fun with them.
We even get a demo of an unreleased game.
Interesting.
If you get the ultimate version.
Which also includes, as I seen previously...
I mean, does that mean, if they're going to have this, I wonder if that means they have plans to make it a full game.
Next month and will be available
Could be interesting. Depending on how much they change, I might stick with the classic look, potentially.
Wait, she said Nata, and yet the name there is Noiri.
Oh, it's a tactical
RPG. Is it a translation?
No idea.
Rise against an empire invading with overwhelming power.
So this looks like we have Fire Emblem at home.
That's a bit generic as a statement. If anything, I could be reminded of stuff like Cold Vein, for example.
And countless hours of gameplay, with 6 main storylines and side quests across 24 nations.
6 main story. Okay. So there's Octopath Traveler. What would you call something with 6 in it?
Bringing the Abyss launches this year, and you can
Hexapath Traveler.
Yeah.
Today.
Because Hexagon.
Yep, that certainly looks like a strategy RPG. Which, hey, you know what? If it floats your boat...
Wait, hold on, that's Dead or Alive?
When was the last time you had one of those games?
Really?
The Return.
I sure hope they...
Oh, let me guess.
I hope they learn the criticisms from the...
It's Dead or Alive 6, but this time is good, we promise.
God, Dead or Alive is...
6, last round.
Dead or Alive has to be one of the most misleading titles from a series I can imagine, because, like, usually when people hear Dead or Alive, they think zombies or dead survival. Instead, in reality, what you get is plenty of bouncing instead.
Also, Ryo Hayabusa is there for some reason.
Yeah. So this
because he's always there.
So this is the Dead or Alive 6 Super Ultra HD.
Dead or Alive, we gave up on appealing to the competitive scene.
You know, that was part of the problem with Dead or Alive, though, when they cut down on, you know, what makes Dead or Alive Dead or Alive. Part of that being the sexiness, and then also changing up the gameplay weirdly enough.
Because, again, they want to do the appeal to the competitive scene, like get into esports.
You know, the FGC core values and all.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. It was like, boy, that certainly was something.
Oh, free to play.
To be fair, when okay, I don't remember if it was entirely the case, but when Virtua Fighter 5 had its first re-release, it was also on a similar, you know, mentality.
Please enjoy this trailer of an X.
Cherry Blossom.
Oh, I guess instead this is a new Dead or Alive, so 6 is there to pass the time in the meantime. Yeah, for anniversary. I love it, but their first priority was to showcase the cleavage to say, you see guys, we get it, don't worry.
Please take us back, we're sorry we got rid of the sexy. Here's the sexy back.
Good. Look, I'm sorry, but sometimes when you have an established audience, you can't really abandon them like that.
Oh,
yeah, no, definitely.
This is the Chinese development. Oh, no, actually, this is Control. Right. I think this also was announced at the Game Awards. The new game that.
Oh yeah, Control Resonance. Yes.
Yeah. Bad timing to mention about the new CEO of Remedy that they got appointed.
Yeah.
Then I'll hurry. Hello everyone.
I still need to play Control. I have it on my PS5.
I did try it for the most part, and I find the story interesting. An entire bureau that has to deal with SCP objects, but there was something about it that was not clicking as much as it should have been. I don't know exactly what it was. I probably will need to retry it at some point.
So this takes place in a version of Manhattan that's been uprooted and very difficult to find your way around.
So, you know, the usual Thursday.
I was gonna say Manhattan and the Inception universe.
Well, I'm not hearing enough bombs.
You only heard that at like once.
Yeah, that's the thing though.
It was used all over the place in the trailers.
It was all over the place in the trailers, but in the movie it only happened like once or twice.
I mean, the thing is, the bomb is a thing you often associate with trailers, but it was used so much with that movie's trailer that is pretty much what people associate the movie with now, essentially. It's insane.
You'll know it when you hear it. Just try to stay alive out there, okay?
Again, the reason why the characters can pull off all of these superhero style shit is because of SCP-esque objects that tend to be researched and potentially, you know, when properly controlled, can give their wielders, you know, something to work with.
Yes, my favorite theater.
Yes. Where do you get to see the next incarnation of King Lear? At theater. Okay, which one? Theater.
Yeah, and then after that, I'll go and get my favorite dinner at dinner place.
What about a beer at the bar?
I think I hear something.
Well, only after I managed to get a soup at the soup kitchen.
Well, get out of the soup pile.
I prefer to go to a club.
I don't know. It's not as good as Dance Dance.
Revolution.
Follow the voices parting.
You okay, dude? You
Hi.
look like you're bleeding a bit.
That's what caused it, I guess.
Control resonant. That's what I said to your mom last night. Nah, no, doesn't work.
Long ago.
Oh, I think this is the Bloodstained sequel instead.
To save
Ooh.
the age of man.
I wonder if they're gonna go full on 3D now, by the looks of it.
Well, yeah.
They call
Even the Ritual of the Night did had, you know.
I call you.
Yeah.
No.
See,
Bloodstained.
Yes.
Well, Bloodstained was on a 2D plane, gameplay-wise.
Well, yeah, but it used 3D models.
I don't think has Castlevania really had that many 3D games.
Yes.
Not
It has
not
like
as
a couple.
Not as much as their 2D counterparts, but yes, starting with the N64 era.
I was gonna say, aside
Anyway,
from Lords of Shadow, the only one I can think of is that N64 one.
There were
really
there
bad.
were actually two on the N64, the Castlevania 64, and
there was
Legacy
the one on
of Darkness.
PS2.
The one on PS... No, actually, there was actually
Lament
two
of
on
Innocence.
and Curse of Darkness.
Also, Tio, to clarify, when I said 3D, I was talking about the gameplay. Like, the visuals I'm aware of, but, you know, like, it's interesting that they're going from 2D gameplay to 3D
No, this is a
gameplay.
Bloodstain.
Oh, I didn't. Okay.
Yeah, because Bloodstain, when that was shown off, it was 2D, and it
It's
basically
stained blood.
what's the Castlevania game where you swap between two characters?
Portrait of
there's
Ruin.
Yeah, it had the Portrait of
Crimson
gimmick.
Moon. Charlotte.
Crimson Moon.
Coming this year.
It definitely looks like it's going after the Castlevania
I
aesthetic.
think this is where the winds meet, I think.
Or is this that? Oh no, wait, that's
the Game Freak game, isn't it?
Oh yeah, speaking of where the winds meet, I've heard almost nothing but good about that
yeah,
game,
this
and
is
it's
the Game
completely free to play, apparently.
主の発見と討伐。
そうだ。
Okay, not that I necessarily want the Pokemon games to have this art style,
I would like to have them I
okay.
would like them to have the budget with this one hand.
What does this have to do with Pokemon?
Game Freak.
That's because people keep bringing it up.
I will give Game Freak
It
this.
evolved.
I will give Game Freak this. When they do something different, they certainly veer off visually, like Tembo the Badass Elephant, and now this definitely don't look like your average Pokemon.
Remind me, that were they also the one behind Real Dozer?
Yes.
Okay.
And
I mean, how?
Sparkman.
Well, they also, early in their days, they made that Yoshi spin-off.
Yeah.
And Pulseman.
Beast of Reincarnation.
Pulseman. That was I said Sparkman.
Beast of Reincarnation.
That's the Mega Drive game. Coming August 4th.
Will the wolf die at the end? Who knows?
So I guess Game Freak decided, alright, Nintendo can have our Pokemon stuff. Hey Sony, you want this hack and slash?
Well, it was shown off at Xbox.
Yeah, multi-platform.
So this will be multi-plat.
And it introduced the world to an iconic character.
Oh, hi Rayman. Yeah, this was, I think, leaked in some kind of manner that supposedly there's the basics of the Rayman games.
Digital museum features 5 playable versions
of
I think it was mentioned that they were remaking
I should
first
probably
game.
upload that Rayman commentary.
Yeah, how long has it been?
Wait, seriously? You haven't uploaded it yet?
Discover the secrets behind Rayman's development. Playable prototype restored for the first time.
Look, I thought we were going to do a whole bunch of commentaries for games, and then I was like, let's hold off.
But wait a minute. What about the Rayman educational game on the PlayStation?
Everyone's favorite.
Rayman 30th anniversary.
Oh, it's just the first Rayman. Okay.
Starting tomorrow.
Fair enough.
Yeah, a lot of people weren't too happy about that from what I heard, especially since apparently the first Rayman is considered kind of jank.
Well, it's only our... Oh, Mina the Hollower.
Is an action-adventure title from the creators of Shovel Knight.
Oh, good. I was actually thinking about this game earlier. It's like, I sure hope this game was good, because... Remember, this game was meant to be a small scope game, and then it turns out to be their biggest game ever.
I mean, hey, it's the same guys who ballooned Shovel Knight into that massive game it is, although...
I don't think you understand the financial issues that this company is in right now.
Oh, I'm aware. Like, aren't Yakult games kind of on fire at the moment? Like, not in the sense that the reputation's in the toilet, but it seems like they may have bit off more than they could chew, and they don't have nearly enough Shovel Knight games to keep them afloat at the moment.
Oh, so it's add-on to the Neva game? But, like, is it standalone?
So will I get this game? Never!
Thank you for that.
Together, they will face new enemies.
Someone was gonna make that joke.
While confronting a monstrous force that threatens to tear them apart.
I mean, it does look interesting, though, to be fair.
You take inspiration from a couple of Studio Ghibli properties, as you can imagine. Princess Mononoke.
Get your hands off me, you creep.
Lovely.
Next week.
Up next, a tactical stealth action title from
Next.
Shueisha Games and Acquire, a team with ninja credentials dating back to the Tenchu series.
Oh god, I feel like I may have heard of this one from somewhere.
Oh, it's from Shueisha Games.
And Acquire. Didn't Acquire...
Were they acquired by somebody?
Sony has some stock in them, but I think it was because another company in another country wanted to buy them, so Sony has to.
Yeah, Acquire. They recently made Mario and Luigi Brothership.
Yeah, I can definitely see the inspiration from Tenchu.
Anyway, this looks like this will be an isometric ninja co-op
where you
game,
swap
basically.
between part of your team, each of them having a specific thing they excel at. Sure.
2027, right? I can imagine how it would go. Don't kill me, please. And who are you? It's me, Mario.
It's a heart. Yes. So
this is the heart of the cards.
Oh, sorry. Is she going to eat it?
Don't eat it. They claim the bird that drinks. Oh, I don't know about that.
The bird that I never heard of it.
Born of the goddess.
Sorry, I'm not familiar with that.
On land?
Children of the Water. Oh, is this the Avatar: The Way of Water script that got scrapped?
No. Oh, goody, Crafton.
Never yours to keep.
The Bird That Drinks Tears is a classic Korean epic fantasy novel by Lee Young-do, often called the J.R.R. Tolkien of South Korea.
And apparently it's getting adapted into a game series.
Sure.
Thank you, chicken man. Like, damn, he buff.
Oh my god, there's that. You know that kind of great episode where he looked at bootleg Crash games, and that one of them had something that looked like a chicken. This is King Chicken. You finally broke out of bootleg purgatory.
So, what is this basically? A war?
Oh wait, is this done? Is this a craft on?
Yes.
Yes.
That's a South Korean publishing team. They unfortunately have gained a bit of a bad reputation recently. It's a shame because
Crafton, more like.
It's a shame because again they did help for stuff like Lies of P.
This looks like a Muso game.
I don't know. It just feels like yes, it has the whole many people on screen at the same time, but it feels to me it's taking a bit more inspiration from Sekiro.
You mean with the timing of the attacks?
And also the way you focused and the pacing of the action of your attacks.
So basically you play as a giant chicken man, I guess, fighting against the children of the water led by whoever that weird woman is.
And the creatures that rampage the land.
I don't want to say that they were automatically inspired by Black Myth Wukong to throw in funny-looking animal guy, but I wonder.
To be fair, again, mythology varies in different ways from country to country. Yes, maybe they were inspired by Black Myth Wukong, but at the same time, it's a chance to actually, properly export, their culture somewhere else.
Project Windless. Star Wars.
Is it a racing game?
I'm wondering. Yeah, it seems to be that, yeah.
Hey guys, do you think we'll hear about Project Dreams?
Star Wars
racing. Pod racing.
Still not pod racing, which is weird. But yeah. So guys, think we'll hear about
This guy sounds like Mike Pollock.
To answer your question, Jova, no, I don't think so.
Seriously, that Quantic Dream Star Wars project feels like it's faded into the ether at this point.
Star Wars is a huge universe. I'm sure you can do. There's more types of racing than just pod racing. So
that's the thing. We don't have a dedicated pod racing game, though, like at all.
Yeah, we did. The one on N64.
But Deji, what about Super Bombad Racing?
I have no idea what that is.
It was an attempt to make a Twisted Metal car combat clone. It was not particularly well made.
Ooh,
so
I sense a spicy narrative in our Star Wars racing game.
So you can be third person or first person in this.
Good. I prefer the choice.
I mean, to be
I wonder
fair,
if you can. I wonder if this will be VR2 compatible.
This is something that the racing games had since the PS1 days anyway.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a pod racing.
There you go.
Maybe it's just
maybe
an
pod racing
mod,
will be a mode.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will say so far I'm enjoying the state of play. Oh, yep, James Bond time. I recall this being the highlight of the last state of play we looked at.
Look, I know where this is going. Do you mind telling me why I'm here?
I would like you to join His Majesty's Secret Service.
And yet we still don't know who's going to be the new James Bond for the movies.
I strongly believe
I guess probably by now they want to hold off on it so it doesn't clash with whatever's going on in this game.
Honestly, at this point, if you have to reboot the continuity anyway, just get this guy that you got for the video game. Make it synergy, you know?
Honestly, I'd rather they just do their own thing. We don't need, like, this alignment continuity of 007.
Oh, doesn't have to be continuity, just appearance, you know?
I'm just saying, we may have been robbed of Idris Elba's James Bond.
Try not to draw attention to yourself.
Would have been so cool.
Me?
It's James Bond. Why do you think so many people know who he is, even though he's a spy?
So you won't do anything stupid.
Yeah, the spy in a sense that he's basically an operative.
Now, Blake Stone, on the other hand.
Okay, James Bond crossing over with Jason Bourne and John Wick.
Now, where's my Alex Rider?
You know what? That could be cool too. Exclusive outfits and everything.
Right,
just in case you forgot this game existed. There you go.
I mean, I guess it did get its own dedicated state of play, so I kind of get it. What's next?
Cars, trains.
I'm Peter Brown. I manage the game content team within.
Oh boy, a video game.
Oh my god,
it's Marvel Tokon Battle.
It's Mr. Robot, the video game.
Why do I keep saying Tokon Battle? Dang it.
Peter Brown. Where have I heard that name before?
It's great
I keep mixing that name up with the Dragon Ball card game, Dokkan Battle.
Oh, Konami.
I guess we're gonna talk maybe about the Silent Hill game that is being developed. Like I said, there apparently is a streaming right after this, where Konami is presenting it, so maybe it's getting a dedicated trailer for it.
Just a reminder, I've been to Las Vegas, and yes, Konami do indeed have a building there.
We join you today from Konami Creative Front Tokyo Bay. Not only to share some really exciting reveals for upcoming games,
I guess it's
but also spotlight some of the key talent behind them. We're really excited about the diverse lineup they've brought today.
I feel like nowadays people are at least more wary about chasing the esports trend, but some do still seem to fall victim to focusing first and foremost on that.
Okay.
Wait, a Metal Gear Solid esports game?
The Master Collection Volume 2, starring 4 and Peace Walker.
Finally!
Finally! We're free!
Hold on.
From the PS3!
Just those two?
Yeah, hold on. Why not include 5?
No.
Is 5 already separately available though?
Yes, again, portable also would have made more sense to be included.
Or Rising.
Okay, yeah, seriously, like, the disrespect to portable ops. I can't be allowing that now.
Will you terminate Liquid?
So I guess we're gonna really re-record some of those lines that were mentioned in the PS3 system.
All of this is over.
I really do wonder.
I can tell that they did some work because a lot of the cutscenes are in 60 frames, which it wasn't really achievable in the original, I can tell you that.
The war between Zero and Big Boss.
It's your final mission until Konami decides to bring you back, Snake.
No, by the time of Rising, they did basically confirm, at least for the Japanese version, that Snake is dead because Raiden gets a bamboo sword that has his soul in it that guides him.
Huh.
It was just for the Japanese version. It was a DLC weapon attached to it.
Oh, and now we've got Metal Gear Solid, the comic book.
Yes, because some of the cutscenes in Peace Walker are presenting a comic book style.
That said, this is not helping the allegations about the disrespect of portable ops being a thing, because ignoring the fact that only 2 games for Volume 2 of a collection seems paltry, portable ops seemed like such the obvious thing to include.
Simply say Jack. Over and over.
Like shit, at this rate, we might have to just use an emulator to cover portable ops for the channel.
Is that you?
No, it's
Sob.
Okay.
It's Sob, yeah, it's Sob, not Boss.
As is typical, people.
Will Raphalos be in Peace Walker now?
But we'll have to find out. It was for the HD version that Bluepoint made. We'll have to see if it's this one either.
I'm guessing the best reason I can consider why 5 wasn't included in this is because they're probably going to say,
because Babel is also included. Okay, why did you mention that?
Is that that Game Boy one?
Yes.
That's counted as bonus content. Yeah, no, counted as like a main thing. And again, why didn't you include portable ops? Goddamn. Like, okay, at least with, both halves of 5, Ground Zero and Phantom Pain, they're technically already available on PC.
And also, current systems, if you have a PS5, you can just get the PS4 version and it gets upscaled.
I'm so happy that we're free from the PS3 shackles.
Yes, that like okay,
I can throw my PS3 out.
This was admittedly the main reason everyone was expecting a Volume 2 because we gotta release.
And for Volume 1, it's going to be given in a final update.
Oh boy. They're actually updating the looks of Metal Gear Solid 1.
Basically, slight different high resolution font, to get a better clearing of if you need to read it better.
3 gets even more high resolution, not too high resolution though, otherwise we can't sell Delta.
To be fair, it's already out at this point, so...
Oh.
Special sale on Metal Gear Solid Triangle Snake Eater, 50% off.
50% off.
It's only on. The sale's only on for like 1 minute, so
I do wonder. I do wonder if they are gonna make a new Metal Gear game.
Oh, I definitely think they're planning to, especially with how well Delta sold from what I recall.
They just need to hire someone that could write as well as Kojima.
What is this?
Look, this is Oh snap! Are we about to get a new game?
Oh, this is the game. This is the new IP that Konami is making, the one about the octopus, and I guess it's having Metal Gear style content in it.
Oh, sorry,
Darwin's Paradox. So there you go. That's what it's called. Yeah, it's having Metal Gear content in it. That's cute.
A tribute. So you actually, I thought you actually get to play as a snake.
To be fair, there was an octopus figure in the Fox team.
Tactical octopus action, but this is the true paradox.
Remember, they had presented this game in a previous showcase. It's basically an octopus having this stealth puzzle game where he wants to get somewhere, I guess.
Could you imagine? They re-released the games and the stories are literally exactly the same, but you replace Snake with an octopus.
But yeah, no, regarding the whole Konami making a new game, let me put it like this. If Konami really want to, they will bring Solid Snake back. There are countless story ways they can come up with just off of nanomachines alone. They could probably say, oh yes, Solid Snake died, but thanks to nanomachines we were able to copy his conscience onto this clone who is not dying.
Speaking of Konami, something about Castlevania.
Oh, shoot. Okay, Konami have quite a showing at this state of play, I see.
A Castlevania collection. Now Symphony of the Night is on a Nintendo console. Damn, here.
Wait, no, this is based on the Netflix series, I think. Is that
Wait a minute. Hold on.
Wait, is that Sonya?
Hold on, that looks like the
one from the Game Boy games
from Nocturne. Are we playing as Victor's mom from Nocturne in this?
Wait, that's the from the Game Boy game, right? Sonya Belmont.
Sonya Belmont, the one that's no longer canon. Yeah.
Yeah, it would be funny if they made her canon.
Possible.
Yeah, the style seems similar to what they did for the Rondo of Blood remake on the PSP. This 2D, 3D, 2.5D thing.
Alright.
So now,
give us a name.
Castlevania, your mom.
Oh, Notre Dame
of House Belmont.
So, Castlevania Belmont's curse.
So, but who are we playing as, though? They mentioned Trevor, but that looks more like...
Well, they're about to say, I guess, so...
Don't the Belmonts already have a curse?
Well,
had 3.
Simon had at least, but to be fair, this was after... This is supposed to be before, because they're talking about Trevor being it.
Also, don't forget the Chris that was kind of caused by Richter. Well, technically not. That was because of his possession,
that
but
was
still.
later.
いくつかのコレクションタイトルを配信してきました。また多くの素晴らしいパートナーとコラボレーションにも取り組んでまいりました。そしてやっと本日新しいゲームについて皆様に報告できるところまで来ました。そのことがすごく嬉しいです。
I did play a bit recently of Symphony of the Night by that PS4 collection. I suck.
Yeah, same. Don't
Evil
worry.
Empire Motion Twin.
新しいアイデアと現代的なゲームプレイを取り入れることでキャラクターのアクションはよりダイナミックで爽快に仕上がっています。シリーズファンの方はもちろんぜひ遊んでくださいと思っておりますが、まだキャッスルバニアに触れたことがないという方にもぜひ楽しんでほしいです。発売は2026年を予定しておりますので、続報を楽しみにお待ちください。
So yeah,
I can't believe Castlevania and Mega Man came back.
Yeah, new Castlevania title finally.
But they still didn't tell us the name of the new protagonist. Pity.
You can't stay in this room forever.
Simon Belmont, listen to me. You're in the future.
You're our only hope.
Mom, I told you I'm sick.
This is going to be hard.
No, you're the most popular Belmont. Now get up and fix things.
Come back to me.
But I'm tired.
Come back to me, Simon.
Oh, is this the new Silent Hill game?
It's fog. Yeah, it looks like it.
Shoot, if it is, Konami are really on the ball for reveals at this thing.
Konami saying, "Okay, we're sorry. We're sorry."
What is this, like the 10th? What is this, like the 10th time Konami have had to apologize?
We're sorry, just in general.
Make a new Goemon game.
Wait, is it in Britain?
Maybe.
Yeah, I
mean, it's foggy,
that.
so...
Yeah, I recognise that miles per hour sign.
Now, to be fair, Dreams, the dev team that made the Silent Hill app did mention that they were considering other locales in the world to set the next game in. Again, assuming this is still titled Silent Hill, it would be interesting.
So, yeah, a series mostly known for being really foggy, and it hadn't had a game take place in Britain up until now.
Sure, why not?
Yeah, Konami Digital Entertainment, definitely. Yeah, this is the game Townfall, I think it's called. That,
Annapurna Interactive and Screenbird.
This was announced in 2022, so it took its long time to be developed. So.
Ooh, you okay there, dude? Your skin looks a little rough.
Yeah, the monster arrives and I go, what's all this then? You're gonna license red gun, mate.
Damn, that's a nasty looking skin tag you got.
Oi, you can't beat me with a wooden plank or shoot me with a gun. You need a license for that, here.
Yeah, I was gonna say, wait, guns and it's a game set in Britain? This isn't very realistic.
Yeah, coming this year.
He came prepared.
Yeah, there you go. What's
sure,
transmission
nice.
getting after?
Yeah.
Alright, what's next?
Another Konami Digital Entertainment game. Jeez.
By Lightfall.
You know, it's funny, a lot of people were
oh my god, what about Act Zero 2?
And bring death as they fall.
Wait, this is a weird new iteration for Bomberman.
I was thinking more about Zone of the Enders.
People were saying that 20 years ago.
No, I don't think it is the case.
Fuck, Act Zero was 20 years old.
Is this Beyond the Labyrinth? No, it doesn't seem to be, but one of the girls seemed to remind me the protagonist of that game.
Mate, you sound like you got a really bad throat. Just take some throat lozenges or something.
I refuse to accept an ending like this. Yeah, that was me when I saw Joker Polio do.
Someday, maybe even Halloween this year, we will take
I'm
that
never
thing.
gonna run out of jokes to make an expensive bet.
Jokes.
In case you're wondering, we talked about that movie last night, so it's just like, damn.
Oh boy.
No, this seems to be an entire new game that Konami's making.
Kind of outside the usual wheelhouse by the looks of it too.
Well, Konami did have a couple of experimental games that tried to have this aesthetic during the PS3 era. It's just that they were either cancelled or never localized.
I'm going to defeat you here and stop.
You know what's funny? A lot of people were.
One of them's just flat out Matthew Mercer from the sounds of it.
Yes, brother.
It's funny, a lot of people are speculating that like 30 minutes of the state of play would be dedicated to something like Insomniac's Wolverine, but nah, if anything, it feels like the majority share time has gone to Konami.
I'm more impressed that we haven't seen a single Square Enix announcement yet. Usually they are the one that...
somehow Final Fantasy VII returns.
The sequel to LA Noire, Rev Noire.
What does the Rev stand for? Reverend?
Rev up your engine.
As in rev up your engine, yeah.
No, Dweebs. We were in Britain the previous game, not in this one. Promo code rated my wife to
Well, that's the thing, Tio. There have been media set in Britain, yet everyone has an American accent.
And there's also... Never forget Monster Family, which takes place mostly in America, but everyone there has a British accent.
Of course. I mean, to be fair, it was also the opposite with Muppets Christmas Carol, where, you know, the British people, human people, had a British accent, but all the Muppets were Americans.
Which is funny because Muppets was a series that, if you count the filming location, technically took place in Britain.
So yeah, Konami decided to just unzip their pants, I guess. Okay.
Like, there! Look, see, we do make games and not just pachinko games.
It's been 10 years.
Yeah,
Please,
can we please stop with that joke?
Okay, so is Jeff actually going to talk about these games on Twitter or no?
He's too busy coping about High Guard.
Must be able to move unconstrained.
It's honestly surprising. He legit did seem to think High Guard was going to be that
This
dog.
John Wick.
What? Oh snap!
For the record, as an update from our last commentary, John Wick did have a video game. I just did not know about until that point.
Wasn't it like kind of one of those more chintzier
games? Here's John Wick Chapter 5.
I like how they're keeping his face in shadow.
Even both the haircut and the face will match Keanu Reeves. Even the violence of the fight seems to be pretty much the one from John Wick.
Yeah, like this is either John Wick or just a full-on pastiche of John Wick.
Yes, it's a discount John Wick. Jacob, what's the synonymous for wicked?
Villainous.
Yeah, Jacob Bad Guy, there you go.
You know, I do joke about pastiches, but a lot of people do joke that that's what nobody basically is.
So I guess this is a prequel, because he's also having the guns that he did buried in his house.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, you know, maybe they should make a prequel of John Wick.
There you go.
Holy cow, rendered in that ultra deep 4K. Yeah, they didn't show a studio yet.
BCing you.
Yes. Oh, it's John Wick BC.
Saber Interactive. It's part of the Embracer group. Oh, there you go. Here's Marathon.
So this is the bathroom break?
Yeah, near the end.
Okay, let's be...
Please don't tell me they're ending with this.
No, because we still haven't seen Wolverine and Marvel and Tokon. They did say that those are going to be shown off.
So hopefully Marvel Tokon is the big finisher.
Didn't Insomniac say they were going to be seeing Wolverine till later in the year?
You know, Bungie's fall from grace is a sad one. Like, you know, okay, at first, most people just believed, okay, the problems with Destiny were strictly because of Activision. So when they broke free from Activision, they seemed to be doing good. Yeah, they couldn't have Destiny 2 in its full potential because of stuff that got stripped when they split from Activision, but they were carrying on. But then weird tomfoolery started to happen. And then, ever since Sony bought them, they just have...
So, there was a reason for this. Apparently, there was a thing in the Sony buyout contract that if they don't reach a certain number or in their financial years, Sony gets full control. So that's why Bungie was laying off so many stuff so the executives can make out with a paycheck when they leave.
Oh, great, so that probably means the talent that we know Bungie for probably aren't even there anymore.
Yeah, most likely, because they got rid of, like, the composer who was there since the Halo days.
We're all monsters.
Yeah, and I'm gonna be honest, what we're seeing right now, Marathon so far, ain't doing a thing for me. I mean...
Again, it's worth noting that the original Marathon games were basically Doom clones, so I get about trying to update the formula, but what I'm pondering about is the kind of setting that, because Marathon was very specific in its setting and its rules, while this instead seems to be mostly about humans or robots fighting each other.
Like this game's trying to be another hero shooter, right? Why is it not
cloning instead, if I recall correctly, extraction stuff, which is which is different, but you know, still possibly not particularly appealing.
I'm guessing that's why they weren't focusing so much on
we got an open
character
preview
designs.
weekend.
Well,
and it launches March, so less than a month from now. Good luck, Bungie.
Hey everyone, my name is Joe Ziegler, and I'm the game director on Marathon. Today we're excited to announce our Server Slam from February 26th through March 2nd, where you can join us on Tau Ceti and help test Marathon on PlayStation 5 and other
Server Slam, is that what Bungie are gonna do after the game flops or something? Slam the servers?
Look, here's the thing about games like these and whatnot. Ignoring the fact that games like these aren't as big as they used to be, there's also the big elephant in the room, comfort games. Like, when it comes to big shooters of massive casts like this, there are two big comfort games, the Overwatch series and Marvel Rivals, and Marvel Rivals kinda got a bit lucky that it was able to eke out its own niche, but a lot of that comes from the fact that Marvel Rivals has a very, very, very recognizable cast, essentially, because, well, it's Marvel, baby. And hey, to give Marvel Rivals credit, it's made names that were otherwise pretty small, like Luna Snow or Galactica, actually big household names now that more people are aware of. But again, I cannot stress enough, Marvel Rivals had a cast to work with. Overwatch definitely had the benefit that it was like one of the progenitors of the hero shooter genre, but
PlayStation Plus update is I'm actually interested in.
I'm wondering if those
Marvel Spider-Man 2. Oh, they are.
That game, because I felt like it was still too expensive, but I don't want I want to own it myself rather than being tied to PlayStation Plus.
Well, I mean, good job I decided to wait.
Okay, I seriously gotta know, what went wrong with Spider-Man 2? Because I remember people were praising that game at first, but nowadays it seems like people have kind of soured on it. Like, okay, not
people don't like the story.
The PlayStation Plus Classics catalog welcomes 2 fan favorites over the next few months, starting with Tekken Dark Resurrection.
Oh goody, more Tekken games that I don't think it's the PSP version of Tekken 5.
This handheld classic in March.
Oh, come on, man! I just... okay...
And Time Crisis.
Make me put it on my clown shoes to buy.
This one I appreciated more, considering Namco these days doesn't give a single shit about Time Crisis.
Wait a minute, there were no widescreen PS1 games.
I swear I keep seeing arcade machines for Time Crisis every now and then.
I guess the big walk.
About teamwork and talking.
Yeah, I think we saw this in another showcase. It's a small presentation.
Is this made by the guys who made Bugsnax?
I fell down a hole.
Yeah, because it kind of has that energy.
Honestly, it reminds me more. Again, it's clear, but it's still inspired by games that were particularly successful recently, like I forgot, Lethal Company
That's all
or
for me and
Peak,
Brett, but we still have a
or
lot more cool
Repo.
stuff to show you, including brand new Saros gameplay.
Housemarque's next action game releases April 30th.
Yeah, we
and
know
creative
Saros
director
gets
Gregory
released at
Loudon
the end of
has even
April.
more systems and combat to break down. Let's take a look.
The show continues.
What is that for you, Arjun? Finishing
It
the
would be
mission.
hilarious if they actually end on this, because it will be the second time they end a showcase with Saros, and people were expecting something else.
Seriously, I mean PlayStation characters now. I mean, Nathan Drake aside, which recent PlayStation main character hasn't had male character, I should say, hasn't had a beard?
I mean, far be it from me to say that they never make appealing characters, but I'll admit, when it comes to characters that are like...
Okay, I don't know if it counts as a male character, that at least, but technically Astro.
I guess he's technically male, though. Though, okay, here's the thing. Astro's the benefit that he's a neat, little, cartoony, unique character. I'll admit, when it comes to their realistic characters...
did not put any specifics.
That is true. You respected the letter of the law.
Interacting with the survivors of
But yeah, no, like, I mean, when it comes to a lot of their more realistic-looking protagonists, I do admit, some Sony main characters are starting to blend for me a bit.
Well, they've been for a long time. I'm sorry about the development of this game, but the protagonist here just feels, you know, just an alternate version of Galahad from the Order 1886.
Oh dear John Saros, maybe you'll appeal in the final game.
I'm pretty sure in terms of personality, again, Returnal did have a very interesting story, interesting protagonist. I'm just really strictly talking about the design. So I'm confident that the final product probably would have a story where it still feels relatively interesting just behind the loop and the sci-fi elements that you find.
Primary also allows you to teleport directly to any biome that you have unlocked.
If they ever made a new PlayStation crossover game, how homogenous do you think a lot of their realistic protagonists that they probably put in would be?
Similar to All-Star Battle Royale, it depends on how much faith Sony has in the project. That's all.
I'm strictly talking about, like...
To be fair, Astrobot did have a fair amount of balance between all of the eras of PlayStation. I really can count on one hand the number of IPs that I believe should have been, but ended up not being there.
I'm talking mainly about how funny it would be if, like, a lot of the protagonists they choose end up looking a bit samey because they come for the more realistic-looking IPs. The earth on fire, the hands reach out to the heaven, the eclipse.
Hostiles now shoot corrupted projectiles, which reduce your
Saros is basically about a... it looks like they want this to feel amazing, but to me it just feels like another game. And you know what? Maybe there's somebody this appeals to more, essentially. In which case, kudos. This looks like a perfectly fine game.
The third-person shooter formula with the bullet hell that Housemarque is known for, basically. Again, it's similar to what happened with the game that I recorded, Outland, where, you know, they tried to blend the Metroidvania genre instead with bullet hell.
And that aspect does look interesting, I'll give it credit there.
Pre-order bonus, of course.
There's the digital deluxe edition. Next!
Chandilar, Shiar. Oh, Shiar! So yes, this is Marvel Token. Is that Beast? Oh, poor Gladiator. What happened to him?
Wharf effect.
Oh wait, is this Cosmic Invasion? Hold on.
No, it can't be.
Endgame had a darker ending than I thought.
The coming battle. The world may hate us. We still have to save it.
Is that Storm narrated?
No, yeah,
I think so.
Token. Yeah, there she is. There's Storm.
You cannot stand against the storm. Feel the power of Mother Earth.
God, this game looks so awesome.
There's magic.
Ah, yeah, she should be playable, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, Rivals did wonders for Magic's reputation.
But it's also because recently she and Colossus did had a dedicated run.
I'll show you how the X-Men get
that too,
Here's Wolverine.
People were honestly to God thinking that Wolverine would not be playable.
Yeah,
I love.
I'm glad that they got
for like the 800th time.
I love how ever since buying Fox, Disney have been touting the X-Men so heavily, going.
I don't recognize this character. On to Comic Vine.
Surrender to avoid further danger.
Because these updates seems to be centered around the X-Men.
We are stronger together.
There she is. I guess. There we go.
Marvel Tokon Fighting Souls.
Marvel Tokon Fighting Souls 最新のトレーラーお楽しみ
There
い
you
た
go.
だけま
Danger
したで
was
しょう
once the
か
control unit for the X-Men Danger Room. Since getting sanctioned and being released, the Danger has taken humanoid form and joined with the X-Men thanks to Shi'ar technology. There you go.
So basically, someone decided, let's make a waifu out of the X-Men's computer.
Not the first
I mean,
time.
that's-
Not the first time it happened. Omega Sentinel tried at a similar story.
And not the weirdest thing to happen to X-Men.
Okay. So I guess we're gonna get to show off our adamantium ring.
Swipes have armor on them, so he's literally going to be able to shred through opponents' attacks.
I'm so glad that rumor of Deku was a guest character.
Also, I guess
even done that.
I guess this serves to confirm that the game has dual audio at this point because the first trailer was just in Japanese.
Opponents are going to feel like they
I
are
guess
running an
their
obstacle.
inclusion of Danger shows that they're willing to do some of the more deeper cuts. So
I mean, they did showed off the Punisher. That's not.
It's worth noting. Okay, it could be possible also, Joe, that the character had more popularity recently, and I just don't know.
that is possible.
I think it's more like they're just they have a wide variety of characters, so they wanted to go.
I'll search more while we say the final
Can't
thoughts.
wait to share with you.
I'll
some
admit,
more.
I peek in and out of the comics. I have not. Yeah, okay, the fact that I didn't even know about Danger, I don't think she's in the current, at least not in the current forefront, but hey, who knows. Okay, so is that the end?
Okay, one more thing.
It's Wolverine, isn't it?
Oh, Santa Monica, so something else.
Oh, if that God of War thing is true, I'm good.
Which
Oh
one?
boy.
Apparently, it might be like a 2D.
Wait,
God
no,
of War
this
game.
is. Oh, is this a remake of the first God of? Oh, no, it's the probably the collection of the Olympus Saga.
Wait, are they gonna remake it?
Possibly, because yeah, I can see 1, 2, and 3 on screen.
Finally!
And the Omega symbol.
I've been wanting to play these games for years.
God of War trilogy. 3D is.
So remake or just remasters? I wonder.
I'd rather just have remastered. What?
Oh, remake.
Oh.
There you go. There's the answer.
And I guess we cannot see anything about it. Okay. ATC Carson.
It is OG.
The OG.
That's right, the
Kratos.
original God of
Oh
War.
snap! Did they actually bring him back so he can voice for it?
Thrilled to bring you some exciting news.
Yes,
about the
they
series
did. I
today.
like how this
Starting
state
with
of play
that
keeps
teaser that you
answering my
just saw,
questions.
I really dig TC Carson's vibe when he gives to Kratos just unhinged personality.
Yes.
The Greek trilogy remake is now
Oh.
in development.
Yeah?
Man.
Yeah,
I know,
okay.
I know. Sit
Can
down,
we
sit down,
see
sit
a
down,
bit,
sit down.
please?
Now look, this project is still in the early stages.
I'm already
So
sitting
it'll be a
down.
minute before we get back to share another update, right? But I'm telling you, next time we
Come on, show us
we're coming with
something.
big, baby. Yeah.
They said it's still in the early
TC
stages.
Carson, there's some.
Since we're approaching
Okay,
the last few months
I
of
guess
God
they
of
knew
War's
bringing
20th
back
anniversary,
TC Carson was at least going to be
we couldn't
enough
let it
goodwill
close
to
without
keep
one
us somewhat
last
patient.
surprise. Now, This announcement.
There's more?
Passion project that will let
The one thing though that is worth noting is that this is apparently just including the original trilogy and not the Chains of Olympus and Ghost of Sparta spin-offs, which is a bit of a shame, but again, to be fair, those were not even developed by Santa Monica, so I can understand. They're easy, the PS3 versions are easy to emulate anyway.
Although they were acknowledged story-wise, since in 3 Hades does talk about you, dealing with Persephone.
And one of the notes that is up from Deimos, Kratos' brother.
Go! But I can't do anything about it.
Sorry, Dweebs.
Love that, man. Sony Interactive.
Oh, I guess they are showing something, maybe.
Yeah, it's something else. It's not the trilogy.
Oh, is that the 2D games that they were rumored to be?
Mega Cat Studio.
Yeah, that's what was going around like the past couple of days.
Oh, this is even more of a prequel because it's still doing the days.
So is this
Kratos was leading his part on
so,
the days.
So is this T.C. Carson voicing Kratos again?
I have to guess. I guess that leaves the mentality is that Sony believes that Christopher Judge works for the Norse saga because he's supposed to represent the more, wise and, seeking absolution kind of Kratos. I don't agree with that mentality because I believe the same voice actor could pull off, different ways of range for the character, but hey, whatever justifies you to have a celebrity in your cast, I guess.
They're adopting the Tomb Raider logic. We have new Lara Croft voice actors, and yet whenever we go back to an older timeline, we just get Keely Hawes back.
Yeah, this is very similar to Blasphemous, actually, in the way it's made.
I will say this.
I wonder if it is co-developed by the Blasphemous developers.
I like Christopher Judge. He's a nice guy, but T.C. Carson was a victim of the times where suddenly games wanted to be cinematic, and that meant booting out the old voice actors in favor for movie actors. Wait, what?
Today.
Shadow Drop.
Now, to be fair, as T.C. Carson mentioned, this is the 20th anniversary of the God of War franchise, so it kind of makes sense to be the final gift to give, no?
Alright, I guess that was the last announcement. A shadow drop of a new God of War.
Yeah, I can dig that.
What do you mean that PlayStation All-Stars Hero Shooter wasn't
Yeah, you just have to accept it's not gonna. It's more likely that PlayStation characters will show up in the next Smash Brothers game.
That was actually a pretty good state of play. I'll admit,
yeah.
I don't often go into state of plays expecting the world, but
what I'm really surprised, outside of Konami being very, present here, Square Enix is completely absent from this. I could swear they were going to announce something at this.
Yeah, I am very surprised, but the funny thing, Square showed up more at the Nintendo Direct than they did the State of Play.
To be fair, they have more of a relationship with Nintendo that matters, so I'm not too surprised. Alright, final thoughts, Dweebs.
Yeah, I thought this was a solid State of Play. There was a lot of variety in it, and the marathon stuff took up less time than I thought it would. I thought it was going to be like 10 minutes of solid gameplay. I can only guess that Sony seemed to have at least learned some lessons from Concord. I.e., yes, yes, I know you have to advertise a brand new game, but don't make it at the expense of everything else. The one I'm the most curious about is the new John Wick game. I'll admit I haven't played that other one. But I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, I like the John Wick series, and getting to play as would be a nice change of pace. Not just watching them. Those nice Konami announcements were neat, especially stuff involving Silent Hill Britain edition. There's my question though. I've got a question though. The Konami executives that made their employees' lives hell after Kojima left, Are they still there or aren't they?
Who knows?
From what I understand, there's been some changes in management at some point with Konami. I don't know how drastic that was, or if Konami's changes were eventually a case of the pachinko gaming scene not bringing in as much money as it used to. So, because I do recall there was a weird transition where suddenly they went, actually, forget what we said about pachinko games. Here's Metal Gear collections. Here's Castlevania collections. Here's the Silent Hill back, and done proper this time.
I thought they were going to go for like naming Silent Hill games after the alphabet, so we're gonna have Silent Hill G.
Like, look, it's not perfect, but it does feel like Konami have definitely been walking a tightrope of charisma to, not be as hated as they were back in the 2010s, essentially, because they were really hated then.
Well, again, I'm glad they're at least putting in the in the efforts, especially considering how another company that's not well liked is going a bit downhill at the minute.
Ubisoft.
That's Ubisoft.
Yeah.
There you go. Anything else, Leaves?
Nah, that's it. I thought it was a solid one.
All right, your thoughts, Dad.
Man, what a fantastic state of play. I don't, besides the marathon, a lot of things shown off were pretty satisfying. It's good to see the Metal Gear games on, especially 4, being free from the PS3. Konami's redemption arc is continuing with a new 2D Castlevania game of all things.
Yeah.
And it's coming out this year. While that Castlevania and Mega Man both came back. It's cool that I can finally get to play the God of War games. And I wasn't keen on them being remade, but I'd be fine with a remaster. But sure.
Have you ever played the first Kena Bridge of Spirits game?
No, I've been meaning to.
Yeah, give it a try if you can.
You know what's funny? I really haven't been playing video games within the last few months. I'm not sure why. Yeah.
Things to do and all.
Marvel Tokon. Looks good.
Speaking of which, I checked in the meantime, Jova. Danger had a very healthy set of appearances across the last couple of years, the most recent one being in 2024. So, the character, for the comics, to be fair, the comics is relatively fresh for them to use. So, fair enough.
Oh, there's a Howard the Duck lobby avatar and then for the
Howard's, make him playable, please.
Yeah.
I know, right?
They should. Not every character needs to be hype moments and aura.
Shoot.
Marvel
Like,
Rivals
enough people
already
know
has
who
a
he is.
wallpaper with him in it and not being playable.
And enough people in general know who he is thanks to the MCU, especially with stuff like What If using him.
Yeah, to be fair, it would be also better if he got his own new movie and series instead of actually having to be always associated with the stinker that was the first movie.
Yes.
Or you know what? Have him cross over with Donald Duck or Scrooge McDuck.
But guys, he's technically in Endgame.
To be fair, everyone was there, so... Whatever.
Except for the X-Men.
The Rayman 30th Anniversary Collection is nice, having every version of Rayman 1 available. But it still feels like a damn here thing.
Like, I mean, I get it. I get it. It's technically a Rayman collection, and I do get that the Rayman original trilogy games are very different from each other. But come on, man, Ubisoft. Surely you could have known how much it would have probably have helped your reputation if you just committed to doing, a proper collection instead of just, here's every version of one repackaged, and bonus points if it turns out that they're broken in any way, shape, or form, like a lot of collections of this ilk tend to do.
007 First Light still looks good.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I'll buy it at launch, but I'm excited to see how that goes. Because I need new James Bond content, please. John Wick, I still need to watch those movies. So yeah. So that's up. this was a really good state of play. Can't really complain.
Yes. All right, I'll go next. Yeah, no, this is one of the best state of plays we've seen in quite a while. State of plays, I don't usually look super forward to, but this one worked out very well. It had a good start with the Kina sequel. That was nice. Konami really came to play, essentially. Holy cow. Like, they had a very good chunk. The Silent Hill stuff, a brand new 2D, and a 2D format. Like, not just, 2D gameplay, but the 2D animation style of Castlevania 2 as well. It just looks fantastic. The Metal Gear stuff is nice, though. That said, where the hell is Portable Ops? Like, why are you seriously leaving that out? Unless, don't tell me they're going to try and do a volume 3 that packages Portable Ops with the acid duology.
Maybe.
Just get it? PSP and all that.
PSP. It's really, really good.
I do feel like they should have included Metal Gear Solid 5 in the collection. I get it. It's technically available as its own separate thing, but surely it's been long enough to package it.
I'm also agreeing on Rising. Yes, the PC version works fine, but
it's not on any other platform besides Xbox.
You would think that Konami should try to ride the tide of a meme success, Morbius style.
A couple of years ago, it's like, hey, it's Metal Gear Solid Rising's 10th anniversary, so everyone was expecting, you guys gonna announce something?
Oh well, what can you do about it?
It really is weird, especially since Sonic Generations showed how you can do a re-release of a game now packaged on Steam and whatnot. Like, either discount the original game or just make it so that technically, if you got it already, you can keep it. Simple as that, essentially. It's not hard. And again, the easy explanation would be money. They still want people to spend as much here, but, like, come on, guys. It's been that long. I'm pretty sure anybody else who was already going to buy it at that point has bought it at that point. That being said, for the most part, Konami had good stuff here. Capcom, Pragmata still looks pretty interesting. Requiem looks like it'll be nice. I'm still not sold on this new character, although now they seem to be hinting that our new Ashcroft character may have secretly been one of Osmond Spencer's super-duper secret projects that he had, I guess, incubating all these years and whatnot. Like,
it's Perfect Cell. Gotcha.
Again, imagine, it turns out that, I don't know, she takes on, the consciousness of Spencer or whatnot, because she's the new ultimate life form that he will beam his consciousness into, because this is something he also learned from Mother Miranda from Resident Evil 8, which established that, apparently those guys over in ye old Europe had some influence on the Umbrella Corporation.
Which, already goes to attach itself with the flowers that the orchidea that were discovered in Africa in Resident Evil 5.
Sure, why not? And again, I know I shouldn't harp too much on it, but if Raccoon City is that intact, shouldn't that imply that there were zombies that managed to get past the fence at that point, essentially?
Sorry, Joe, they use the precise nuke that kills everything organic, but only mildly inconveniences the buildings.
Then that means something has to happen for zombies to be there for us to fight in Raccoon City then, unless there won't be. Oh wait, I got it. It'll turn out Nemesis is still around here. He was only resting after getting nuked, essentially.
You're thinking too small. It's a fusion between what remained of Nemesis and Mr. X.
Possible.
And William Birkin.
Nobody remembers William Birkin, Dad.
But yeah, no, Resident Evil Requiem looks nice, essentially. The God of War stuff was a pretty good surprise. I do like the goodwill of them bringing back T.C. Carson. I know they're probably not going to bring him back for the games that go beyond that point in the timeline.
No, I had to get Jova because they're remakes. they're gonna have the entire dialogue being re-recorded, because as far as I understand, all the voice actors involved with the God of War games, the Olympus Saga War games, are still, perfectly in the business to record their lines. So we're gonna do something similar to Metal Gear Solid Delta, if I had to guess. It's worth noting that I get also the idea why they're doing it, because it's one of the things that a lot of game journalists recently harped on, that the Olympus Saga, in order to portraying Kratos into a less sympathetic light, had him commit, violence against characters that these days is a tad controversial, admittedly. So I get the idea that it might probably be changed.
I do wonder if they're not going to, repackage the PSP games, maybe I wonder the remakes might work the events of them, or at least the core events of them, into the remakes of these games, because again, you have the characters mentioning stuff that happens in them and whatnot.
Helios literally mentions the fact that he was saved at the end of Chains of Olympus.
And Hades is legit beefing with you for killing Persephone, so I wonder if maybe they're going to work the events of those games into these remakes, maybe make it so that it's free games now fused into one singular journey that you can play continuously, and they'll use that as an ability to work in stuff in the PSP games or whatnot. I don't know. Could be interesting. There were a few nothing burgers here. I don't hate Sorrows. It feels like that kind of game where I do get it has an audience. It's just not going to be my cup of tea. Who knows? If it turns out to be interestingly enough, I might get it on a sale or whatnot. I cannot say the same for Marathon, though, which looks like just an absolute nothing burger. Okay, maybe calling it Concord Free might be a bit overzealous, but Jesus, it's giving similar vibes to Concord in that sense of Sony really thinking we're going to be more excited than we actually are. Although, Dedra Dwibs mentioned, it seems like Sony may have learned a bit since they didn't spend too much time on Marathon. Again, I just also hope that they learned and, don't charge for Marathon, because that was pretty much the nails in Concord's coffin. But yeah, no, overall, this was a very fun state of play. The James Bond and John Wick games also look interesting still. I'm not quite aware of how the original John Wick game went, but this new one looks nice.
Remind me again, Trova, are you assuming that Marathon is supposed to be free to play?
I thought it was $40.
$40 for the standard edition, $60 for the deluxe.
Oh, so it was confirmed to be
pretty much since the beginning. I have no idea where you got the idea that it was free to play.
But I'd heard some people saying it might have been, but okay, no, okay. In that case, rescind the hopes I have there. Good luck, Marathon. $40 to play. Jesus Christ.
It's called Marathon because it's going to be a marathon to convince people to play it.
It's also because it's getting the Sony treatment of trying to appease as many countries as possible with a dub, and I get the idea that maybe also the extra expensive part they had.
I guess if they're going to charge for it, hopefully they don't put too much of the stupid live service features, ergo, I guess obtaining abilities or characters or whatever a chore to play, essentially. Because remember, Concord was a live service game that basically put a first-time paywall before even getting to play it. If Marathon is really just more of that of the same, well, yeah, don't be surprised if we hear yet another story of how a housefly outlived it, essentially. Oops. But yeah, no, Marathon aside, this was a pretty good state of play, honestly. Again, one of the best, honestly. Again, this feels like they had a good source of announcements with updates of stuff we know. Which, funnily enough, that's kind of what the Nintendo Direct Partner Showcase did more so. That one felt more like how a state of play usually feels, just updates on stuff we know. And this felt more like what I expect from a Direct, a good mixture of new information with old information, but still giving very interesting updates. So, well done, Sony. This was a very good state of play. Tio, give us your final thoughts.
Yeah. No, this was pretty solid. I think they think the big factor that played in its favors was indeed the length, because it allowed them to show more stuff and have a more robust way of showing. I do wonder if one of the reasons why they made this lengthy, because Konami basically dumped a lot on their table, and so they were like, okay, I guess we're gonna, extend the length in order to, fit everything in. But I'm not complaining, admittedly. Again, opening up with the Kina sequel, it was really a nice move, because I did, appreciate the first game, which apparently is also on sale right now, so to celebrate that, so maybe take advantage of that. For $20, I think it is worth it. So I do have hopes for how it's gonna turn out. The multiplayer for Ghost of Yotei is what exactly I expect for that to happen, because it's similar to the one that was for Tsushima. To an extent also the PC port of Death Stranding 2, which had to be expected, at this point. Pragmata continues to be interesting enough. I want to see where it ends up, wanting to say, when it comes out. My thoughts for Resident Evil Requiem are pretty much the same as Jova's. I guess I am interested to see how things are going, but it feels really, really bizarre at this point. So who knows what's gonna happen. There were a couple of games that I wasn't particularly interested in, like Brigandine Abyss, or the Game Freak title Beast of Reincarnation, at least now, for example. Others that were just announced, like Shinobi Ops, that actually instead caught a bit my attention, so there was that too. The Konami Starvery Downtown was interesting enough. New Castlevania, we'll have to see how that pans out. Apparently, again, since timing-wise it's set during the time where Trevor was still alive, so possibly after Curse of Darkness, because in that game Trevor was still after the events of 3, but still fairly young enough, while he in here is old enough. So possibly between Curse of Darkness and the first Castlevania, I guess. So we'll have to see who do we play this, and I'm more curious about how does he play it. Is he more akin to the classic Castlevania? Is it more akin to the IGA exploration Metroidvania, or is it a hybrid similar to how Lords of Shadow Mirror of Fate was? Needless to say, I'm very interested, and I'm glad that we're getting again a new Castlevania game after all this time. There are still a couple of games that do probably need the collection treatment. Again, the 3D games, 64, Legacy of Darkness, Lament of Innocence, and Curse of Darkness. But to be fair, the franchise is almost there to be almost completely available everywhere. So it's not missing too much right now. So Konami is really close to actually catching up. So I get the idea why they made a new game.
But guys, what about that ultra super sleek Silent Hill Redux?
Yeah, absolutely. The one set in the UK. Yeah, I was going to mention it later. Again, I already knew it was coming. I'm happy for Dwebs, I guess. We'll have to see how that works. It seems that it's doing basically the classic bit from Silent Hill about person that gets attracted to the location because they had to see someone, and the horrors of the town are based on their experience, their sentiment, their fears. Classic by the book kind of stuff. So I'm confident it will be at least interesting to see. The John Wick game was a particular surprise that I wasn't expecting. Interesting that Saber Interactive is actually on a roll these days in what they're making, because they're also handling stuff like Space Marine 3, for example, which is supposed to come out not too long from now. So that's actually particularly interesting. We'll have to see, how it plays out, but I am confident about it. Some people compared it to Max Payne, which, yeah, I guess I could see the similarities. Saros, like I said, it feels just a more evolved version of Returnal, which I don't mind. I don't particularly agree 100% about the aggressive orange, as it's primarily the color scheme of the game. Despite being my favorite color, I don't think it justifies all the game having this particular tint to it. It gives you a very aggressive aura to it, which I think is the intention tied to the story and all, but I'll have to see how that goes. Speaking of which, also the game that was announced at the Game Awards for Loop for Sony, like I said, it gives him more vibes compared to Marathon, but at the same time, the desaturation, kills the hype for me. It really looks like a less colorful or interesting version of games like Remnant, the Remnant games, for example. And I don't mean to say that every game needs to be super colorful as a result, but I don't think the balance was just right with this one, at least personally, obviously. Right, the Octopus game, I forgot for the Konami package. Again, I was already interested in how it was going, and the fact that Konami is embracing the fact that it's a one anime IP for them, I do appreciate. The neat surprise also about the new IP that they're making, the new RPG. We'll see how that actually goes. Combine that also with the Hudson South collection that they're making, Bomberman and Gambare Goemon, they really are on a roll recently, like damn. My thoughts on the Metal Gear Solid Collection Volume 2 are almost the same as Jova's, almost completely. Like, I appreciate Metal Gear Solid 4 being finally released away from the PS3 jail, but I agree that Portal should have been included mostly because it's directly also tied to Peace Walker, so it would have been thematically also consistent with that. Again, maybe what is speculated is true, and what they're making is a third collection, which includes, Portable Ops and the Acid duology. But I don't know, it feels like there should have been a bit more. And the fact that they did not mention about Ghost Babel until the very end is so weird. Because, yes, it's an alternate continuity, I get it, but it's still part of the franchise. It was even referenced partially in the AI segments of Metal Gear Solid 2, so there was that too.
Something just got announced that I'm surprised wasn't in the state of play.
What?
Oh?
A Legacy of Kain Ascendance.
Yeah, no, they did mention in the state of play the remaster of the Legacy of Kain, one of the Legacy of Kain PS2 games.
No. This is a 2D retro action platformer.
And they did. Okay, I'll need to recheck the dialogue.
No. What we saw was basically like an unused game. This one is like, yeah, this is a brand new game, and for some reason, just why didn't you show it? I'll post it in the chat.
Dang.
Yeah, I'm so. Huh?
Dead or Alive 6 being re-released out of desperation and in order to hold the fort until the new game gets made is a bit hilarious, but I understand. It's similar to what's happening with Virtua Fighter. And I will see what happens, with a new one. I'm not denying about the fan service, but I'm one of those weirdos that plays Dead or Alive just to play as Ryo Hayabusa, so I'm one of the weird target audience. I don't know what to tell you.
Hey, to your credit, you are technically part of the target audience. I presume that was part of the plan when they included Ryu in an otherwise all-female cast, unless the plan was somebody really wanted to make a hentai project where Ryu is the protagonist, but that just got softened up into a game.
It's also because Tecmo Koei loves to have a bit of synergy with some, not all, but some of its IPs. Hence why some that are like characters shows up in Ninja Gaiden as a result.
So thoughts on stuff like Crimson Moon, Beast of Reincarnation, and Mina the Hollower?
I already mentioned about Beast of Reincarnation. Crimson Moon is interesting. It's a bit of a shame that we kept talking about Bloodstained, unfortunately, over it, but what they did show was fine. And Mina the Hollower, I was already expecting it. It's probably gonna be fine. It's a shame what happened to Yacht Club Games recently, but hey, we'll have to see how that works.
I hope the game is good.
I'm pretty sure at worst it would be just serviceable, which for me will be fine. Anyway, on to the big finishers, why not? Marvel Token, again, it's shame about the lack of Gambit for the X-Men, but what they show actually is still fine, and I appreciate the inclusion of a character like Danger, even if I personally knew almost nothing about, the character beforehand, because it's a showcase of trying to do something different. Again, it's similar to the fact that including the version of Ghost Rider which is not Johnny Blaze, for example, it gives it's part of what they mentioned speculation when the game was announced about their commitment to being given the freedom of choice on what they could do with each character and everything, so we will see. As Nald astutely point out, the splash page at the end, which tells which team will assemble next, seems to imply that at the release the characters are separating in big groups, and one of them is about Spider-Man, meaning that we're probably gonna get someone between, Miles Morales, Spider-Gwen, or maybe Venom. We'll have to see.
And now, to show you for ultimate synergy with the comics, we will reveal that Venom in Marvel Token is Mary Jane. Yes, that's actually a thing going on in the comics right now.
Sure, and the final boss is Paul, again.
Oh, by the way, she broke up with Paul, so...
Yeah, I know about that.
Yeah.
Didn't they also kill him or something?
No, last I've seen, he just got broken up with, but a lot of people are predicting maybe a villain arc for him or whatnot.
Oh, no,
whatever.
So
He'll probably be dead by the end of this decade.
Maybe we'll end up being a Doctor Strange villain at one point. Who knows? Anyway.
Possible.
To conclude, the God of War stuff. Again, there is stuff that can be said about how the Olympus Saga has some elements that might have not aged for the better, but at the end of the day, at its core, they're still really fun hack and slash that take advantage of the mythology, and they are the tragic story of a character that believed that wanted to do something good for his country, then got baited into surviving, and that ultimately beat him the ass and started a chain of events that ultimately led to the destruction of the Olympus Pantheon. Again, a modern interpretation of a Greek tragedy through and through. So it is important for this to be experienced by as many people as possible, especially in light of the Norse saga, which makes it such an emphasis that this is the past that Kratos cannot escape, but he cannot refute at the same time. So we'll have to see what happens. I get it out of the 3. God of War 3 will be the easiest job to do because the remaster on PS4 it works perfectly fine already, so we're probably just gonna have to tweak that minimally and just re-record all the lines for the characters, so that should be fine theoretically. What I did not catch, I'll need to rewatch if it's at least for now just on the PS5 or also on PC, but if I had to guess, console exclusive at least for now, if not for a very long time, which has to be expected. And also the new prequel game, 2D prequel game, which also looks interesting enough to me. I'll have to check it out, and see how that tells the story. Again, it's also nice to see about Sony trying to appease more fans of the classic games by bringing T.C. Carson for an interview, and as presentation in order to showcase, no, don't worry, we haven't forgot about that, which, to be fair, again, him and Christopher Judge had already no animosity overall, so it's actually nice that potential beef was actually avoided on that front, which instead the fandom might have discussed about in the meantime. I still don't agree 100% about the idea of recasting Kratos for the Norse saga, but at the very least, things are more amicable now that they might actually be, under different circumstances. So I'll take what I can get.
I wonder if they'll maybe find a way to include T.C. Carson in the modern games. Like, I don't know, maybe Kratos gets a spell that shifts in between his dad version and his younger, haltier version.
The closest we got, Jova, is that the free DLC for Ragnarok called Valhalla is a roguelike, yes, really, a roguelike that applies the formula, which serves as a gigantic therapy session, not even kidding, for Kratos, to reflect his past, and how the character that is psychoanalyzing him is telling him that, yes, you did fucked up, but you shouldn't be completely ashamed of what you did, and at the end of the entire thing, Kratos confronts his past self sitting on the throne of Olympus, so it's a classic Kratos appearance, but he doesn't speak, so they did not have T.C. Carson to play, and you do get him as a skin potentially to use. So there already is something like that going on at the very least. But again, that's all speculation for the future. Again, we'll have to see.
So I want to I'm neutral of my speculating, and the fact that we didn't see gameplay footage of it. Maybe the gameplay would play like the Norse games. I'm like, oh no, please don't do that.
T.C. Carson did mention that they have just now start the development of those. So, and they just announced it because it was the 20th anniversary of a franchise. So I can kind of understand that, to an extent. We'll have to see. Remaining cautiously optimistic for now. I was going to eventually record the God of War games, eventually starting from the beginning with emulation on the PS3, but again, if these seems to be a good alternative, we'll see how it gets paid off, eventually. Alright, I guess that's pretty much it for this state of play. Again, shame about Square Enix. I really hope they get to announce something big soon enough. Again, the stuff they announced is fine, but people are really wondering when part 3 of the 7 remake is gonna be announced at this point, because they skipped, Nintendo Direct.
Jeff Keighley, Summer of Gaming.
Fest, maybe. So see you for whatever the next State of Play is gonna happen. See ya.
See you then.